Hello, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my book review. We'll just wait a few minutes for more people to join and then we can start. Today we are reviewing the book As a Man Thinketh. So it's going to be so much fun and so much learning. I hope you have your notepads and your writing materials because this is going to be, there'll be so much learning right here. Okay, we are going to start in 5 minutes time. Yeah, okay.
Where's the place on the side of life? Ever pouring out the leaves? You're the light that makes my face shine bright. As I look your face, I become the light. Where's the place on the side of life? Ever pouring out the leaves of light. You're the light that makes my face shine bright, so bright. And as I look your face, I become the light.
Okay, so we are going to start. Today, we are reviewing the book As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This book, it has so many different covers. And this is a two-in-one book, but our focus is on the first one, As a Man Thinketh. It's a very small book and it's about 33 pages, but the information in this book, if understood and applied, can change a man's life because it has to do with the man himself and how he creates his world. So before I start, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ogbueli. I am an inspirational reading coach and author. I am also the co-founder of Faith Things Resources. It's an informal educational company that provides resources, platforms like online book clubs, online libraries where people grow and are empowered with knowledge. So this book review with Ogbueli, the vision of this book review is to help educate and empower people with knowledge. It's still in line with what Faith Things organization does. We understand that knowledge empowers people. There are so many people that are so distressed, so overwhelmed in life. And we understand that a simple information, there's a knowledge that they will get that will definitely set them free. So that is why we created this book review so that we can help as many people as we can with this information and knowledge. So the vision is to educate and empower with knowledge. Our mission is to do this through personal accountability groups and weekly book reviews. This book review is going to be coming in every week at the same time, and every week we'll be reviewing a particular book. I'm going to send the link to the Faith Things 2021 book catalog so you can see all the books that we're reading per week, and you can be able to prepare yourself ahead of time. All these books are also available in soft copies and hard copies that can be, you can order them and the hard copies can be delivered to you. And then the soft copies we provided to the people in the accountability group, in my accountability group. So if you would like to be my accountability group, then you have to reach out to me personally, and then you can be told about the terms. So the key word is knowledge empowers people. So if knowledge empowers people, then it behooves me, it behooves you to keep educating yourself. Why am I doing this? My life is a product of books, conferences, seminars, trainings, you name it. I don't know where I would have been without the exposure of the information and the knowledge that I've been privileged to get in my life. I know how my life was before I started reading and learning and intentionally investing in my personal and spiritual growth. And I also know where my life is right now, that I am continuously on this journey. I have not arrived yet, but I have definitely left where I was before. So why I'm doing this is because I know what knowledge has done to me, and I know what it can do to you. There are so many people that are so helpless in their lives right now. They don't know what to do, what life holds for them. I just want to let you know that knowledge, the right knowledge, will empower you. Once you're exposed to that information, the information that you need in your life right now, you will be empowered. You will come out of that hopelessness and you know that there is hope and there is light. So that is why I am doing this. And I have committed this whole year to reviewing several success books every single week. These are best-selling, all-time best-selling success books. Some of these books were written before my grandfather was born, before my great-grandfather was born. Some of these books are even out of print, but these are the books that you learn so much great value from them. And we're going to be reviewing these books weekly. The book review does not give you all the information about a particular book. It's just, bite-sized information, and the essence of it is for you to be stirred up and be motivated to go and do your own study. So I'm just giving you fish, small fish, so that you can eat this small fish now and gather the energy to pack your fishing tools and head to the river to go and get your own fish. So, okay, so there was a time in my life where I was helpless. I felt helpless. I totally felt helpless. Like, what am I doing with my life? And that period of my life, I was fortunate to have network of people that support me, and the support I need doesn't really have to be financial or anything, but I know one of the people in my network sent me a link, and this link, she said, there are amazing books in this website, and I read this book and you should read it and it's amazing, and this is where I got the book. So I read the book and I was so amazed. The title of the book is The Tongue, A Creative Force, written by Charles Capps. That book literally transformed my life and the way I talk. And then I headed on to, use the link, and I saw amazing resources, audios, videos, ebooks, and I completely immersed myself in taking in this knowledge. At that time of my life, I just got married and um, trusting God for a baby. And so I wasn't working. So I had all the time to read, to listen. I was listening to messages all day. Every waking moment, I have something playing on the background. It was that serious. And I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know I was completely renewing my mind and transforming my mindset. I was completely revolutionizing my life and I did not even know it. And then all of a sudden, I discovered that I am no longer that person I used to be. I have actually grown. I am much more confident. I am stronger. I am not afraid. I have hope and faith for tomorrow. I'm able to dare to do some things that on my normal comfort zone, I wouldn't even dare to do it. So that is one of the things that knowledge can do for you. It would literally empower you. I used to be a very shy person. And, but with the information and the knowledge I have and the need to express it, the shyness disappeared. I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean. So, and another major reason why I'm doing this is I am a Christian woman and I understand the place for spiritual growth. And I also understand that a lot of emphasis is placed on spiritual development for Christians, and which is wonderful because it is the foundation of our growth and our life. But man is not only a spirit. Man is a spirit. Man has a soul, and man lives in the body. So it is spirit, soul, and body. I am a spirit man. I have a soul and I live in this body. So this thing you're seeing right here is not me. This is not Ogbueli. This is my body. This is the cloth that God put on my spirit man. So you cannot see me. I cannot see me. But you can hear me and I can hear me. So the body, the clothes I'm wearing is what you see. I have a spirit. That is who I am. I am a spirit. I don't have a spirit. I am a spirit man. I have a soul, and the soul part of me is where my intellect, my emotions, that my feelings, that is where my my thought life is. So I discovered that we have placed more emphasis in our spiritual man. We grow spiritually, but we do not develop our soul. And some people do not pay attention to their bodies because this is the cloth I'm wearing. If you don't pay attention to your cloth, if you let your clothes be dirty, if you let your clothes be old and worn out, and you go out there, people will see it. It is the outward part that people see. It is the outward part that people see. So it is important that we pay attention to the three different aspects of man. So these book reviews, I have chosen to review success books, not necessarily Christian books. But in reading these books, I discovered that the success principles are biblical principles. These are principles from the Bible. And most of these authors were not believers, they were not Christians, but they applied these principles in their lives and they gained great results. So that is why I've chosen to work with the success books so that it can help us to develop the soul aspect of us. A lot of us are spiritual giants, but we are still toddlers in our soul. So these book reviews is going to be focused on that aspect of the mind and the soul of man. And we will also be bringing out the biblical principles from it so that you know that these are not worldly principles. Sometimes people ask, why is it that believers don't succeed? Why is it that believers are poor and unbelievers are rich and doing well, they're wealthy? why is it that believers have to go work for unbelievers? This isn't. The unbelievers have developed their soul, but the believers, they have only developed their spirit. And when they die, they go to heaven. But here on earth, they will serve the unbelievers that have developed their souls. The unbelievers, when they die, if they are not born again, they will go to hell, but they here on earth are going to have dominion over the believers. So we are going to bring a balance to this so that we can help ourselves to not just live here and die and go to heaven, but to live here on earth in abundance and still die and go to heaven where we belong. So, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen is a very small book. Like I said, it's only about maybe 33 pages. But the understanding and application of the message of this book will transform any life. The Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, in his inner part, inside his heart, so is he, the outward part. So the inward part produces the outward experiences. Your inward reality, what goes on inside your heart, is what produces what happens outside, what you experience outside you. This title, As a Man Thinketh, was actually pulled from the Bible. Even though this author was a Buddhist, but the ideas that he pulled out are biblical, strong biblical principles that anyone can apply and have the same result. So before I go into the chapters, I will, before I go into the chapters, I will give you an overview, like a summary of what this whole book is all about. Number one, your thoughts and my thoughts are, and I are one. I and my thoughts, me and my thoughts, we are one. You and your thoughts, you are one. You are what you think. You are not different from what you think. What you think is your inward reality, and what you have is your outward experience. Your inward reality and your outward experiences are the same. If I want to know what is going on inside of you, I'll look at what is happening outside of you. If you want to know what is going on inside of me, you look at what is happening outside of me, my experiences in life. Poverty is an effect, is an experience. And what causes poverty is an inward reality of poverty in the heart of a man. Wealth and abundance is an experience, is an effect. And what causes wealth and abundance is what goes on inside the heart of the man. So this is the law of cause and effect. It says that as within, so without. As beneath, so above. You cannot be experiencing something on your outward that is not caused by your inward reality. Your thoughts are seeds, just like the way a gardener will plant a mango seed into the soil. It is that mango seed that springs forth to produce a mango tree. So, for you to see a mango tree with mangoes, you know that there is a seed of mango underneath. Without that seed of mango, there wouldn't be a mango tree. You cannot plant a mango tree, you cannot plant a mango seed, and then an orange tree will spring forth. It is not possible. So, what you have on your outward experience in life is as a result of the thought seeds that has been planted inside your heart. It means that this is a wonderful discovery. When I discovered this truth, it revolutionized my life, because at that point I looked at my life. What I was experiencing was not what I wanted. And again, before I go on, you should know that you do not attract what you want. You only attract who you are. No matter how you want something, if you're not it, you cannot attract it into your life. It starts from the inside. So let me go back. Let me trace back my thoughts, because I'm going ahead of myself. I don't know if you're getting something already, but I'm having fun right here. I don't know about you. So, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your inward reality produces your outward experiences in life. So when I stumbled into this is something that we read in the Bible, but we don't give it thoughts. We don't meditate on it. It's only when you meditate on something that it begins to open up to you. We just read it in passing, and it doesn't make any sense to us. But when you sit and meditate on a line, a scripture, that is when it begins to open up to you. So when this began to open up to me, I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't happy with my outward experiences. It made me sad. I realized that, okay, my thoughts have not been in line with the things that I want. But the good thing about it is that you can change your inward reality intentionally if you want to change your outward experiences. So that was a breakthrough for me as well. Even though at that time, I didn't like my outward experiences, I had hope. And I knew that if I could train my mind to think and dwell on the things that I want, the things that I desire, then thinking on those things is planting those seeds in my heart. Then I know that those seeds outward experience in your life, your mind. A lot of times we pray and we pray and we pray, God change the situation. God cannot change the situation. Do you know why God cannot change the situation? He wants to change the situation. He has given you the words to change the situation, but you are not thinking about that experience you want. You're thinking about what you have, the bad situation. And as long as you keep thinking about what you have, that is what you keep having. In the beginning, there was darkness all over the world. Everywhere there was darkness on the earth. Everywhere was darkness. God saw the darkness. If God said and God thought darkness, the darkness would remain. But God saw the darkness, but God wanted light. And that was what God said. Let there be light. God said what he wanted. God focused his mind on what he wanted. And that was what came to become our experience. So most times, we think about the things that we have right now. We don't like what's going on in our life, and we think about it, we dwell on it. You will never come out of that situation if you keep thinking about what you have right now. But if you realize what you want to have, okay, I don't like the kind of relationships I have. I don't like my network of friends. They are losers. They are not helping me. They are discouraging me. I'm not progressing in this network of friends. Instead of you to stay there and complain, I don't like my friends, I don't have good friends. Why am I so unlucky? I don't have good friends. You should focus more on, no, this is the kind of network I want to be in. I want to be in this network of friends that are motivating me. We rub each other, iron sharpens each other. I want to be in a network of people that are moving forward. Then, as you think about it, you start intentionally looking that direction. And as you're looking in that direction, you're pulling yourself out of here. Before you know it, you're completely out of this other, network that you had. And you're here because this is where your mind is. Now, your life right now as we are speaking, is on the path of your most dominant thought. Your mind, your life right now is on the path of your most dominant thought. This means that your life follows your most dominant thoughts. It is the direction that your thought is constantly on. That is where your life will be on. Okay, now I'm going to the east. I'm in Lagos. I'm going to the east. Where is my focus is going to the east. There is a path to the east. If I'm going to the east and I take off now and go and enter Ibadan Expressway, I will never arrive. I will never get to the east. I will get to Ibadan because my mind is on the wrong path. But if your mind is focused on where you want to go to, your life will follow that path. Your mind gets to the destination and stays there. And then your body will now slowly come and catch up. Your mind is the way maker. It's your mind that takes you to that place that you are supposed to be. And then your body and life experiences, you begin to attract the things that will take you to that path. That is why if you have a project, you want to accomplish a major project, don't think about the money. Think about the project, focus on the project, see yourself accomplishing it. And the universe will begin to work in your favor. All the things you need will begin, the network you need, the finances, the resources, everything will begin to come to your path as long as you're focused on what you want to accomplish. That is what happens. The mind is so powerful. Is something that we are not really taught in church, but I want you to understand that no matter what promises of God you claim, if you don't meditate on those promises and make it your inward reality, it will never manifest as your experience on the outward. Never, never. The Bible says, let the weak say, I am strong, and let the poor say, I am rich. So if you're weak and you keep saying, I am weak, you will never be strong. Even the Bible has told you, say what you want, not what you have. The reason why we are where we are, especially if it's not a good place, is because we dwell on the things that we don't want. We talk about those things. Oh, they said this to me. They did this to me. He did this. She did this. Move away from that and get where you are. I deserve better. I deserve love. I deserve peace. I deserve joy in my life. This is what I deserve. And this is where I am going. You pull yourself out of the dungeon and get yourself to the palace by the power of your mind. Now, let the poor say, I am rich. And then you keep saying, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke. You keep being broke. I remember when I was in school, and these things, started coming to me early, and I didn't even know what it was. But when I was in school, I was always saying I'm broke. And it's like a kind of slangs for students. I was always saying I'm broke. And money will come into my hands. Before you know it, everything will just fly away. And I'll be wondering, what happened to my money? What happened to my money? And then one day, it just dawned on me. Stop saying you're broke. You have what you say. The power is in your tongue. You have what you say. So I made up my mind that time in school. I said, I would never say I'm broke. Even though I didn't know that I had to say, I'm rich, I am rich. But at least I stopped saying I'm broke. And I realized that I stopped being broke. I stopped being broke. So let the poor say, I am rich. And let the weak say, I am strong. What are you saying? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Okay, so this is quite the summary of the whole book. This book is not something that you let somebody tell you about. You need to go and get the book and read it. You need to read. It's just a few pages, But I tell you, every single line of this book will make you stop and ponder. Wow, we will never be able to exhaust the message of this book in these few minutes that we have. What we are doing here is just to stir you up. Like I said, I'm just giving you fish so that you can have energy to go and gather your fishing tools and head to the river. Okay, so these are some of my notes. And okay, now the very first quote that you see on this book, this quote is so massive that I spent minutes meditating on this and pulling out things from it. Now let me read to you. Mind is the master power that molds and makes. And man is mind. And evermore, he takes the tool of thought and shaping what he wills brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. Isn't that poetic? I'll read it again and then I'll expound a little on it. Mind is the master power that molds and makes. And man is mind. And evermore, he takes the tool of thoughts and shaping what he wills brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. This is so powerful. Now, your mind, my mind, is the master power that makes you and makes me. Your mind makes you, my mind makes me. A man, now, in this context, the man is talking about is your experience, what I see, the man that I see, you that I see, this cloth that you're wearing, your experience, because I can't see your real self. You are a spirit, you're invisible. I can't see you. It's only the man on the outward, your earthen suit, my earthen suit. This is my beautiful earthen suit that you can see. So, mind, the man is mind. You know, we've talked about this, that there is no difference between your inward reality and your outward experience. So, you, man, is a product of your mind. Your outward experience is the mind. The man is the outward experience, and your mind is the inward reality. Thoughts. Your thoughts is a tool. Oh my God. I spent a few minutes thinking about my thoughts being a tool. You know, the way you use your hammer, the tool called hammer, to drive nail into the wall. The way you use a tool called saw to cut your wood. The way you use the tool called knife to cut your vegetables or whatever. That is how your mind is a tool. Oh my God. Your thoughts, not the mind, your thoughts that is inside your mind is a tool that you're using to shape your life. You're using that tool to shape your life, to shape your environment, to shape the experiences that you want in this life. This is so profound. If you did not take anything out of this book review today, just know that your thoughts, every thought you think, Your thought is a tool. And as you think your thoughts, you're shaping your outward experience. That is why worrying is meditating on the negative parts, shaping this thing. Have you ever seen a warrior that, doesn't have things to worry about? Because the more you worry, the more you're creating that experience for yourself. The more you have something to worry about. The more you have something to worry about. The more you have something to worry about. Unlike people like us that are carefree, and then you look at us and say, oh, this woman is so irresponsible. She doesn't care. Yes, because we don't worry. We don't attract things that make us worry. That's why we are carefree and things are working fine. And even when they are not working fine, we choose to focus on the things we want, not the things we have. Now, that is the secret of lasting joy and happiness and peace. Choose to focus on the things you want. And when you focus on those things, then you begin to create that reality, that experience for yourself, because it is your inward reality. Let's go back to the quote. The way you use the tool of thoughts will either bring forth 1,000 joys in your life or 1,000 ills. I know people, oh my God, I know people that they're coming out from one crisis to the other, one crisis to the other, one crisis to the other. And then when you look at those people, when you interact with those people, what you hear, they keep blaming others. That's the problem. That person is my problem. That person is my problem. That person is my problem. They don't know that they are the ones creating their reality by the way they think. They always think that people are problem. And because they think that, they will keep attracting those kind of people their way. They will never do business and come out, without issues. They will not engage in anything and it will just go free, like everything goes free. There is always a conflict. There is always an issue. This is because they have programmed themselves to see faults, issues, blame. And because they think that way, they attract those kind of people. It's not like those people, they do exist. But because your thoughts goes that direction, you're attracting those people. All the troublemakers, they'll be coming your way. Troublemakers. So that when you come out from here, you go into this one. Come out from here, go into this one. Unlike people like us, like I said, we are so carefree. We only think of the good that we want in our lives, and we don't attract troublemakers. And even when they come our way, we simply ignore them. We don't even give them the time. We don't give them any space in our thought life because we don't want more of them coming. We just want them to quickly leave, and then we wipe it away with good thoughts. Okay, so I have to bring this meeting to a close soon because I know you're having fun, but the timing. Okay, so with your thoughts, the way you use the tool of thoughts will either bring forth 1,000 joys to you or 1,000 ills to you. You think in secret, it comes to pass. Your thought is like intercourse. When you're having intercourse with your spouse, you don't call us. It's done in secret. But when the stomach starts coming out, we all see it in the open. So we didn't know what happened in the secret or when it happened, but the seed was planted. And we are seeing the evidence with the big stomach and the baby that arrives at the end of 9 months. Even though we were not there when the intercourse was going in. That is how your thoughts work. When you look at your life, you see what's happening around you. You can choose to blame it on, it is this person, it is that person, it is that person. Always know that when you're pointing one finger at someone, the other ones are pointing at you, telling you, look at yourself, look at yourself, look at yourself, look at yourself, you are the problem. But no, we don't want to see, we don't want to take responsibility. We want to blame another person. Is this man that I married? If I had married another person, If you admired another person, you would have brought that person down to your level. That's the truth. So, just like intercourse is done in secret, your thoughts is something you think in secret. I'm not inside your mind with you. You think your thoughts, I'm not there. But when I look at what's happening in your life, it gives me an overview of what is happening inside you. So, God knows that without your cooperation, He can never bring His will to pass in your life. Even though we have great and mighty, amazing promises in God's word, without your cooperation, without you spending time to take in those promises in your mind and make it a reality, see yourself experiencing it. See yourself in that will of God. See yourself enjoying good health, abundance, prosperity. See yourself in that promise, the promises of God. If you cannot live in the reality of it on the inside, it will not be your outward experience. God cannot do anything for you if you will not renew your mind with the promises of God, meditate on it, make it your inward reality. See yourself, have it first. Like I said, your thoughts goes in and takes possession of it, and then your body quietly walks to meet up with your mind. So you have to experience it. You have to have it as a reality on the inside before you can experience it on the outside. Your inward reality creates your outward experiences. This book has 7 small chapters, and we have not even started. I'm just telling you the summary of the book, and I know that you are getting blessed. Aren't you? Okay. So before we begin to unpack the chapters, here is how we're going to do it. Now, before we begin to unpack those chapters, I want you to know, because now we're going to be going fast. We're going to be out here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. But I want you to know that your future is not in anybody's hand. It's not in the hands of any man. God is so big for Him to create you, a powerful human being, and put your future in the hands of a fellow human being. Your future is not in the hands of any man. Your future is inside of you right now. You are the prophet of your own life. Your future is inside of you. Nobody can take your future from you. Like, you call village people. Village people cannot take your future from you. If you have taken the promises of God and made it your inward reality, no village person can make it not to manifest on the outward. We need to take responsibility. We need to begin to take responsibility of our lives and stop blaming people, pointing fingers. Anybody that blames, if you come to me and start saying, pointing finger, I know where the problem is. You are the problem. Your problem is you. Your problem is yourself. Nobody's your husband is not your problem. Your husband is not hindering you. Your wife is not hindering you. Your children are not hindering you. Nobody is hindering you. You have not become one with the experiences you want on the outward. You have not. You have chosen to dwell on what you see and what you have right now. But if you can have a dream, if you can get a dream of what you want, where you want to be, what you want to have, you can get that dream and make it your inward reality. Nothing can stop it from manifesting on the outward. As long as you have the enabling environment. If I plant my mango seed in a very good soil, under the right conditions, nothing can stop that mango seed from springing forth into a mango tree and producing mangoes for me. That mango seed cannot turn to orange seed. No village person can make that happen. No man, no human being can make that happen. I plant mango, and village person go and turn it to orange. No, 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 no. So in essence, you have to become one with what you want. You have to become one with it, inward, and then it begins to play out. The opportunities begin to come your way. The kind of people you need, the network, the resources, the relationships that you need to take you to that place will begin to come your way. That is how it happens. So how we're going to do this, I'm going to read a line from each chapter, and then we expand a little bit, and then we go to another line because we're already running out of time. This is so much fun. I said it was going to be so much fun. I'm sure you're having fun. Okay, so let's read. The first chapter is thoughts and character. Now, this line says, a man is literally what he thinks, his character being the complete sum of his thoughts. As the plant springs from and could not be without the seed, so every act of a man springs from the hidden seeds of thoughts and could not have appeared without them. Remember I said that people that always blame people, always pointing fingers, they have it in their heart that people are their problem, not themselves. See, the seed, the reality, the inward reality of man being your problem is what will make you come out in public and point finger at someone and say, you are my problem. That person is my problem. If you don't have that seed on the inside of you, it will not come out. Angry people think angry thoughts all the time, and that is why they express anger at the slightest provocation. They're angry. It's because they are not at peace in their hearts. They are not happy. They don't think happy thoughts. They're always thinking bad thoughts. So any small thing, anger comes out. Your inward reality produces your outward experiences. When you see people like us that we're always smiley and smiley and smiley, it's not because we don't have problem, but it's because we have chosen to dwell on happy things, to dwell on the good things. And then when those negative things comes our way, like I said, we quickly starve it of our thoughts. We don't even pay attention to it so that it just go away. We just keep dwelling on the happy thoughts. And when you see us smile and we are happy, you wonder, it's like she doesn't have any problem. She doesn't have any problem. Yes, we don't have any problem because we have made up our mind to dwell on the solution, not on the problem. So I'm going to leave it here. Go and get this book. If you don't have it, send me a message and we'll make it available. Again, I'm starting an accountability group. It's not going to be a whole lot of people, at most 24 people that are intentional about their growth this year. And I'm going to create a group for that accountability group. If you want to be in that accountability group, then you have to send me a message and then I'll let you know what it takes to be in that group. In that group, we're going to be providing these ebooks for you for free every week. We're going to drop the book that we're reading for the week so that we can get prepared before the time of the review. This review is going to be more interactive. This is just day one. So I'm just going to give you small fish, to energize you, to get ready for the journey ahead. So if you want to be in my accountability group, you will send me a message and on 080-343-08045, 080-343-08045. You send me a WhatsApp message, tell me I want to be in your accountability group, and then I'll tell you what it takes. Number one is an accountability group. You will not come there and be dormant, just be receiving. You will not contribute, you will not say a word. No, it's an accountability group. It's also going to be interactive. And one of the things about this is that I will be inviting members of my accountability group to this book review for group interactions. So it's going to be so much fun. I don't know about you, but this is 2021 and we should be intentional about our growth this year. And one of the ways that you can really grow fast is to join a network of people that are growth minded. You cannot do this alone. Personal development is not meant to be it's a personal thing. You make up your mind to do that, but it's not meant to be like an individual pursuit. You grow faster when you are in a group, in a network. So it's cutting into my time. So let's go back. Now, chapter 2, effects of thoughts on circumstances. Now I'm going to read the first paragraph of this book, of this chapter. Man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind. Did you see that? You have to be intentional. After watching this episode, you need to sit and track your thoughts. You know, it's a skill that you need to learn to track your thoughts. Some people, their mind just wander. They will not even know where they are. Like 1 hour, 2 hours, they don't even know where they are. Just wander. Just allowing your mind, when you do that wandering without knowing what's happening in your thoughts, see, the weed seeds are just gathering. You know, there is no vacuum. Something must feel something. If you don't fill your mind with the right thoughts of things you want, the experiences you want, then you've left your garden open for weed seeds from everywhere. You also know that if you have a farm and you go out there and plant, you have to go and weed out the things because you don't plant weed seed though. Where they come from, nobody knows. They just appear and take over. So you have to be intentional about the things that you think about. I'm having fun. I don't know about you. So I'm going to leave this right here. Your mind is a garden that needs to be cultivated. You need to cultivate it and plant what seed, what fruits do you want to have this season? You cultivate it and begin to plant those seeds intentionally. Plant them. And as you're planting them, you're monitoring them as well. If weeds are coming, you uproot those weeds. Uproot the weeds. Uproot them. Fast. Uproot them. So they will not interfere with your seed. And the Bible says, as long as the earth remains, seed time and harvest, summer and winter, hot and cold, day and night will not cease. So if you plant the right seed, you will have the harvest of that seed at the right time. If you don't plant it, the wheat seed will plant itself and you will still have the harvest of it because the world goes in cycle. It's a cycle. Seed time, harvest, seed time, harvest. It's just time. Time is different. Seed, time in the middle, harvest. Then you go back again. Seed, time, harvest. Then you go back again. Seed, time, harvest. What seeds are you planting in the garden of your mind? We have read it here. Whether you plant it or you don't plant it, something must grow. So it is better for us to intentionally cultivate our garden and plant the seeds that we want, because we now know that even if you don't do that, the wheat seeds are going to come there on its own. And during harvest time, you harvest rubbish. You know, that is how it happens. Why, what is this? Which kind life be this? Eh? What is this? What's happening in my life? What have you planted? This life, the watchword is be intentional. You must be intentional about the harvest you want. I want to harvest oranges the next harvest season. I go on and start planting my orange seeds. How can I want to harvest orange? Then I'll now go and start planting coconut. I like coconut, but what I want this season is orange. So I have to go and plant orange. You cannot want sweet tomatoes and then go and plant hot pepper. And then you now use your hot pepper and make stew and say, it's too hot. Where are your tomatoes? Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that. You have to go and get this book and read it. I'm going to touch on this next chapter and then maybe the next, and then I'll say bye-bye. Effects of thoughts on health and the body. The body is the servant of the mind. Let me read it again. The body is the servant of the mind. It obeys the operations of the mind, whether they be deliberately chosen or automatically expressed. At the bidding of unlawful thoughts, the body sinks rapidly into disease and decay. At the command of glad and beautiful thoughts, it becomes clothed with youthfulness and beauty. Disease and health, like circumstances, are rooted in thoughts. Sickly thoughts will express themselves through a sickly body. Thoughts of fear has been known to kill a man as speedily as a bullet. And they are continually killing thousands of people just as surely, though less rapidly. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Did you hear that? The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Fear is a door opener. The things that you're constantly afraid of are the things that you're attracting into your life. As you're afraid of that thing, the more you say, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of this, you're opening the door, you're calling that thing, come, 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 come. The people who live in fear of disease are the people who get it. Anxiety quickly demoralizes the whole body and lays it open to the entrance of disease, while impure thoughts, even if not physically indulged, will soon shatter the nervous system. Oh my God. Even if you've not read anything so far or you've gotten anything so far, just this paragraph alone should make you go and get this book to read it. I don't need to explain further. Let me move to the next, the very last chapter that we're going to review, and then we call it a day. Thoughts and purpose. A man should conceive of a legitimate purpose in his heart and set out to accomplish it. He should make this purpose the centralizing point of his thoughts. You should conceive a particular purpose. At every point in your life, you should have something that you're working on. You cannot just be living your life by chance. Now I'm going to share a bit about my faith things. I remember I was going through my phone last week, and I was looking for a picture in my phone. So I went to my Google pictures, and then I was strolling. I was just looking. And then I came upon a picture and I screamed. I was like, oh my God, look at this picture. This picture, I used a pen. I drew a picture 6 years ago. 6 years ago. When I was thinking about faith things, I knew I wanted to do something with all the resources that I've gathered in my life. I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what to do. Don't mind this Bobo behind me. I've sent him upstairs several times, But he's here wandering about, wants me to come and be shouting in front of camera. Not me. So I knew I wanted to do something. I wanted to give back because the resources I've been exposed to that have changed my life, I knew that God did not bring all these things to my hand just for me alone. So I kept thinking, how am I going to give back? How am I going to give back? That's okay. How am I going to give back? How am I going to give back? And then I had this thought because, I love fake things. I love fake things. You don't want to sit beside me in a church if you're not the kind of person that likes glory, hallelujah. I love fake things. I scream in church. So I drew something. I drew fake things, how I wanted it to be, like a logo. I just with fake things. I drew it and then I snapped it. Thank God for Google images, photos that you can store your pictures for a long time, because I know I've changed my phone several times. It's 6 years now, but those pictures are still. And I screamed, I was like, oh my God, this dream has been 6 years old. It's been in my heart. It actually came to life in 2017. That was 4 years ago. 3 years after I conceived it. I kept nurturing it. I kept thinking, how is it going to be? 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 I kept, nurturing it, watering the seed plant. And then one day I woke up on the 17th of January, 2017, and I had the idea. Open a WhatsApp group, invite people and start reviewing books. All these books that you have read, you start reviewing books. That was how I opened the first WhatsApp group on the 17th of January, 2017. So the first manifestation of faith things occurred on the 17th of January 2017. But the seed was planted somewhere 6 years ago. And look at where we are right now. We have really moved for much forward from where we started on the 17th of February. So what I'm trying to say in essence is you should have a dream. You should have a project you're working on. You should have something that you think about. As long as your mind keeps going there, you think about it, ideas are coming. You will definitely one day have that experience, have it as an outward experience in your life. So I'm going to end this review right now. I trust you have learned something from this. I trust you have learned something. And I hope to see you again at the same time next week, 10 a.m. Tuesdays. I intentionally chose weekday Tuesday because my target audience are business people that have access to their own time, stay-at-home moms that have access to their own time, because I can't call myself a stay-at-home mom anymore because I started as a stay-at-home mom, but I work actively from home right now. So I work from home. So I hope to see you next week. I am still your reading coach, Ogbueli, and remember to send me a message on WhatsApp 080343 08045. 080343 08045. Send me a message if this has been impactful and you would like to be in my accountability group. Once we get to 24 people, preferably women. Once we get to 24, we'll lock up the group for the year. And we are starting in January so that we can work together for the next 12 months. Thank you so much and have a lovely week ahead. Bye now.